feel about the preseason AP rankings before they have you? How does the team respond to that sort of?
Yeah. So we usually don't pay too much attention to the rankings, honestly. And if we do, it really just gives us a chip on our shoulder more than anything. But regardless, we just work our hardest every day, whether it's where we want to be or where we don't want to be. I think just our hard work every day kind of just is going to maybe surprise some people with where they put us, maybe not. So it doesn't really affect us. But yeah, we're just going to keep working.
Taya, you've been on many different Beaver teams with different personalities and talents. Give us your take on this roster, this group, this family that you're part of this year.
Yeah, well, things have been much more normal this season, so we've kind of had more of an opportunity to bond outside of just basketball this year. And so this team's really close, kind of similar back to my sophomore year, that type of team close. So this team's really close. They're hilarious. And I don't know, you guys have probably heard Scott say this team just has a maturity to it, maybe that you wouldn't expect with all the new people, but it's so cool because we have grad transfers coming in bringing their knowledge, and we have Talia, freshman as well, but our two other freshmen just bringing their game and their knowledge has been so refreshing and fun. And I don't know, this team's vibe is just super mature, fun, close, and I'm really excited for this year.
We were talking to Ellie.
Mm-hmm.
She gets to go home. And her high school graduation, I didn't know this, was at that stadium, at Villanova Stadium. What, I mean, to see her be able to do that, go cross country and play a game like that for her family, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so it was funny when we saw our pregame or our preseason schedule. She said, "All I wanted for Christmas is to go home," and so that's the closest game to Christmas, or one of the closest games we have to Christmas. And so I'm just really happy for her. I mean, I know what it's like to go play at home, not too far away. So I know this is going to be really special for her, and I'm really excited for her family to see what we're going to bring this year and for her to get to experience that.
You know, the frustrations last year on all different levels, right? The sense of normalcy and the fact that, yeah, you're going to be able to go to Seattle and play that game. I mean, what's that like for you?
Yeah, well, with my injury and everything, I haven't played home in maybe more than 2 years, because we skip, with the schedule, you kind of skip every year. So I haven't played home in a long time, so I'm so excited. I'm so ready. Yeah, I can't wait till, I think it's January 27th, something like that. So I'm really excited.
How exciting is it to have Kennedy work her way back through? I know that had to have been difficult, and all the COVID stuff. It's like 18 months later, she's going to take the court. What's it been like to watch her go through that process, and to see her and maybe help her along the way and stuff, and to see her be, what it's going to be like to see her step out on the court and gill in front of everybody and get back to doing what she loves? Yeah,
that girl has worked her tail off for the past who knows how long. Her progression has been amazing. She was hit with a lot of adversity, and to see her power through that and still be such a positive impact on our team on the sidelines was amazing. She's a natural leader, and so she did a really good job of not only taking care of herself but taking care of us still while being injured. So I mean, I know Gil's going to go crazy when she takes her first steps onto the court, and so I'm just really excited for her, and she's made huge strides even before her injury. I mean, she's gained a lot of skills and just knowledge, honestly, and so I'm really excited for her, and it's going to be a really great season for her this year.
What have you told the freshmen and incoming transfers about playing in Gill? Because obviously it's something you missed out on last season, but you know what it's like. What have you told them kind of to get them motivated and excited for it?
Yeah, I told them to be ready. It's gonna be something really special. I mean, most girls, don't really have a huge fan base in high school, and so I told them this is going to be something they've never experienced before. We have the best fan base, in my opinion, in the Pac-12, in the country, honestly, and so I just told them to be ready and to just know that Beaver Nation has their back. We kind of got a taste of that at the tip-off dinner, and they got to just feel the love of Beaver Nation, and so I know they're going to feel it come November 12th, so yeah.
I could look this up, I guess, in the media guide, but your first game in Gill, do you remember much about that?
No. Concord, well, the exhibition.
Exhibition, I mean, maybe the first, a big game in your freshman year. What do you remember about that first year in Yale for you?
I mean, I just remember how loud it was. It was, like I said, being a women's basketball player, you don't have too much of a fan base in high school unless your high school is like top of the top, which most of us do come from good high schools, but nothing compares to what's upstairs. And so I just remember it being super loud, and if you miss a shot or if you make a big play, you're going to hear something. And so, I just remember lots of noise.
What's been the biggest relief for you with things getting more back to normal?
I would just say maybe just the consistency of that we've had the opportunity to have, whether that be in the weight room or in practice. Last year we got stopped a lot of times, whether that be from us or another team or whatever. And so I just think the ability to consistently get better every day and not have any obstacles really stop us has been really nice and has really been really good for our team, honestly.
What's the biggest thing you learned about yourself dealing with all that stop and start in such a challenging season?
I would definitely say how much I lean on my teammates. I mean, all of us had, ups and downs throughout last season. I think something that we really did a good job of was taking care of each other the best we could. And so I just think knowing that I rely on my teammates much more than just the court and all that. And so how much we take care of each other and just being there for each other and one another. And so, yeah.
Has Aaliyah sent you any Duke stuff, like t-shirts?
Not yet. I'm still waiting for it. But yeah, so maybe for Christmas I'll get a Duke t-shirt or something.
This is obviously your first time being on this team without Aaliyah. What has it been like, I guess, maybe stepping into that leadership role, being the one to rally everyone, knowing the questions, the answers to the questions? Has that been an interesting transition for you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a super vocal person on the court, so that's definitely been an adjustment I've had to make. Not saying I need to be like this person or that person, but I know just having a vocal leader is always, nice and needed for the team at times. So I think that's something I've been working on, is being a little more vocal. And I do lead by example, but more leaning towards that way and getting out of my comfort zone. And so that's something Aaliyah really brought onto the court. Just being a point guard itself already, puts you in that vocal role. And so, I would just say I'm working more on my vocal leadership, but it's been pretty easy. My team is easy to work with. I have Ellie and all the grad transfers bringing their knowledge in too, so it's been really fun.
What about Devin Hunter coming back as a Final Four? So what's that been like? I mean, she's not afraid to be vocal, obviously.
No.
But what about Devin being back?
Yeah, it's been really awesome. She's been sharing her knowledge the best she can, and she plays with us at practice when needed. And so it's been cool to kind of hear what she's experienced. I mean, not a lot of people can say that they've been to a Final Four, and so it's been really cool learning from her on the sidelines and just kind of hearing what she has to say and what she brings.
You guys have been so strong in the backcourt through your time here. Now your front court is equally or better than what you've had in the guard play. What's that like, and the kind of maybe that switch of where you're experiencing and what you might try to go through and do? Is it pretty cool to have the front court maybe be that strong part of the team, this year?
Yeah, we have weapons everywhere, and I mean everywhere. So it's just super exciting. I'm looking forward to everybody bringing what they can to this team this year, whether that, fitting into their role, whatever that is. And so we have a lot of strengths, and we're working on our weaknesses, and I'm just already so proud of this team, but I'm just really excited to see what we're all going to bring, because you're right, we do have a really strong front court and back court this year. So, yeah.